Today I have run into the major, very dangerous radiator fail. Now this is a good thing about taking your radiator fluid and running it through your system before you put all your plastics on. Now this came with the kit that I bought maybe 5-6 years ago. It's been a very strong, very good radiator I got from VT. But with all the bullshit that I've done to it and the shaking and everything around, it appears that it has a leak. And I'll have to fix this leak. And everyone here that has never used JB Weld is going to see how it's going to work. Now this yellow wire, when I connect it to this red wire, will run the pump. And you will notice something that I noticed. Remember, this radiator is supposed to be a closed system. There can be no leaks. None, for it to work efficiently. Now watch. Now you might even hear the pump, but if you look directly underneath this fitting right here, this is something I noticed. Okay, the pump is on. Water is flowing, or fluid is flowing. And as you can see, there is a spot of water running down from a small crack in the radiator, and you can hear the fluid going through it. Now this is a good thing and a bad thing. The reason this is cracked is because I have used my experimental tubes on here, and the leverage points are too strong up here for this little crack point right here. And you can tell, this is another trick to learn about radiators or cars or anything that you want to learn about as far as metal damage. If you open your hood or you find paint that is cracked off in a certain area, that paint didn't crack off because it just wanted to. Generally, it cracks off because of metal fatigue or metal being bent back and forth. Now what I'm going to do is clean this up, lower the water level or fluid level to about here, mix up some JB Weld, quick solution, and try it. Now on a piece like this, JB Weld might work just perfect. Of course it might not. Or I could break out a brazing torch and I could try to do my excellent, as you can see, nuclear welding capabilities of brazing and probably fuck the whole thing up. So I've got a small crack right underneath here somewhere. I'm not going to take this off. I'm going to leave it on. And I'm going to take my little Dremel and clean everything, clean all the metal up very well. Use some paint thinner or some Sherwood cleaner to get all the wax and grease on there. And I will try and plug that hole. Now this is what JB Weld is really good for. It works great at plugging holes on a solid object, like right here. It does not work very well when you have like a pin right here and the object is glued right here and it's going back and forth, or like this. But sometimes it does work. It's the luck of the draw. But if you are filling up your radiator or any of your little system that you have, stop and take a look around on the floor. If you see a little bit of water that's on your plastics here that shouldn't be there, that means you got a problem. It's better to fix it now than pretend to fix it later. Because when this engine gets hot and this pump starts rolling at 12,000 RPM along with the charged up battery, then you're going to lose your water real quick, or your fluid, or your antifreeze. So this is a good time to find the leaks, and I'm glad that I found it. My usual technique is to put the plastics like here and everything. I'll put all the plastics on, tighten everything up, and then give it a try. Now I've learned with experience to put the radiator on, to tighten up my fittings, use two fittings, two Jubilee clamps or regular clamps, and check for leaks. And if you can have your bike not leak once on your radiator or any of your fittings for the summer driving season, you're doing good. So I've got to stop everything, put it on hold, and fix this problem right here. I have 2 of these radiators because I bought 2 kits from VT. Very, very good radiators. I love them. But I've experimented with soldering, and let's say, welding and electronics are not my strong suit. So I live and I learn. I'm really happy with this kit that I got from VT, which included the radiator, the hose, the water pump, and sometimes you get a different water pump. I like this one because it's blue. And then of course you get the head kit, the piston, and you have to buy your own plumbing to do your own plumbing. You can do whatever you want. But I'm very happy with this. It's called a 114cc Charmo, CHAR-MO kit. And of course I've used a bigger crank on it, so it comes out to about 119 point something cc's. So I'm going to try and fix this leak, and hopefully I can fix it. But these are just one of the setbacks that happen, and I would much rather spend my energy fixing the damn thing right now than half-assing it, Mickey Mousing it, and making a complete joke out of this bike. Remember that your strongest point in a chain is only as strong as your weakest link. You can have a titanium chain that runs this thing. You could have one little tiny link made of clay, and that's only as strong as your chain is. So everything has to be really good on the bike. But it's coming along, and I'm just a little happier today. Then we're going to do our throttle grips. Maybe I'll do that later. Okay.